Hey guys, what is up? This is another live video. My name is Ameya and I've helped a lot of companies in North America, Europe to set up their offshore centers in India, Philippines. So I help businesses around the world. I do help them in business operations, marketing, a lot of things. Now I will directly jump to the conversation. What is today's topic and what we're going to do? Today's topic I'm just going to have about the call center discussion. There are a lot of questions being asked to me. Let me just walk you directly to the presentation, what I'm going to show you, because that might help you with answers to your questions about the investment, call center industry, clients, questions that you guys have. So let's do it. Let's jump into it now. So when you want to start profitable business, call center business, I have done presentations before. I have already given insights on my YouTube channel. There are a lot of topics that I have covered, and I have spoken to people and have recorded those conversations, and I have put it on YouTube as well. Many people have connected me from US, South America, Europe, and they have the same questions that they have already got into this business. They have started their business now. They don't know exactly how they can get the clients, what they can do, how to grow their business, what is the investment required, how they can exactly scale up their business. So these are common questions that these people have. In this session, we're going to do it now. So this is a call center business framework. When I say framework, that means there is a more strategic thought given to any business, and it is the same thing applies even in the call center business. Just assume that, if you want to start a restaurant, you guys have a proper planning. Restaurant owner, he does the proper planning before starting or before getting into a business. Who will be the clients, which clientele they are catering to, are they going to do it for especially a particular region, or what will be the supply chain? There are a lot of questions they come into consideration when they want to start a business. It applies the same because you guys are getting into a business which is on international scale. Call center business, mostly you guys get a lot of inquiries and clients from Western countries like US, Europe and all. So you guys need to have a proper disciplined thought before getting into this type of business. So today, this call center business framework, I'm going to explain you what should be your mindset. When you ask me any questions that can we have clients, can you give some clients to me, and can we just start the call center? So I ask a lot of questions to people like, all right, what is the investment you guys are thinking to do? What is your competition in call center or BPO industry also? What are the services you guys are focusing on? What's your expertise? And many times they don't have the answers. So I think in this session, in next 1 hour, all of you guys will have answers related to call center business and how you can start, expand and scale up that business to the next level. So we're going to do it now. So what are the common questions that they ask? What are your common questions? Let me read it for you because I get a lot of inquiries, especially on WhatsApp. The major questions or the common frequently asked questions that I receive is how to get international clients, because call center owners, they know it that in international call centers or with international clients, the profitability or the margin in the business is really high compared to catering to the domestic ones. So the profitability or the margins are really high in international call centers. So people ask me how to get international clients. That's their first common question. The second one is, how can I start a virtual call center? Virtual call center is typically that they ask is, how can we start a home-based call center or work from home call center, because the owners doesn't want to invest in the physical infrastructure or the business. So they ask that, are there any virtual call center opportunities, and how do I get clients for my virtual call center? So this is another second question. The third one is, which are the tools or softwares they are useful in call center business? So this is a third question. I'm going to answer all these questions in this seminar. The next one is, where do I get investors? Really important question. It's like, if you're all set to start your business, you want to do it, but maybe you are limited on investment, so you don't have anything at the moment. You only have experience. So you've worked with the industry for a few years and you want to start something now. So where do you get the investors? That's another question. The next one is, can someone give me ready clients? Really interesting one. People have asked me this question. They directly message me on WhatsApp and directly say, which clients do you have? Can you give us some clients for data processing? Can you give us some clients for outbound services, for inbound services? Can you give us some domestic clients? So they ask a lot of questions, but more or less their intention of the question is same, that can you give me ready clients? So that is what the question that they have, and that's going to be super interesting question or conversation in this seminar that we're going to do it now. The next one is how much investment is required. So how much investment do I need if I want to start a business, a BPO, international business, call center? How much investment do I need, especially for international business or international call center? Do I need more investment, or will I need a small investment if I'm just starting a domestic project? So this is another question that they have. The next one is how can I use social media for client acquisition? I mean, would it be really possible to use social media, or is just for the local businesses in your town selling something, some products or e-commerce? So only for those, or even for our industry, the social media is like your LinkedIn account, your Facebook, your Twitter account. Would that really help you to generate your clients? We are going to discuss it now in this session. The next one is, are there any brokers who can give me clients or who can give me ready clients? Because a lot of people have received many inquiries from a lot of brokers or a lot of companies who are trying to sell something. So this is another question that people do ask me, and we are going to cover it in this topic. Then the next one is, can I start the business with no investment? So there is no investment, but I want to start a business. So is it possible, especially when it comes to call center industry? We're going to cover it now. All right, so let's start with my favorite question is, are there any ready clients? And Ameya, can you give us any ready clients? Are there any brokers who can give us ready clients and we can start our business? Is there any website where we can just get the ready clients who are willing to outsource and you guys can start your business? Very interesting question, and I have an answer for you. So my answer, the detailed answer is, honestly, is this: ready clients. So I want to ask you, when you want to build up your muscles, when you want to make your body, when you want to actually get really healthy, or you want to get in shape, what you guys need? Do you guys have any magic pill that you just have some pills in a month and then you get the outcome? Or you guys have to actually go to the gym with a right discipline, with proper planning, with proper health diet, regular exercise, and then you get the outcome? The business is exactly the same, my friends. It's exactly the same. You need to have a proper planning in place. You need to have a structured thought. You need to have a right framework, proper business plan, and then you get the outcome. So if you ask me that, are there any ready clients? How would that be? That is where the brokers take advantage of you guys. They send you some email, they send you something that, okay, this is ready client who is willing to pay you $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, and then they charge you a really high amount and they earn the commissions. Maybe sometimes you get the process for a very short period of time, but it's never profitable. I challenge you guys here on this platform that I will really keenly interested to know if there is any broker, anyone who gives you ready clients, you make profits out of it, and I'm really, I will be excited. I mean, I would love to call you guys on this platform and explain it to the rest of the audience, but I haven't seen. I have heard number of stories from people that they have made losses, they have lost a lot of money. How do you get this now? What is the right way of getting the framework? How is the proportionate? What people usually think? So let's get into that now. The next one is balanced thought process. So before you get into business, or it could be any business, I mean call center business, in fact you need to be very careful because you're getting into international environment of business, or where you need to have everything properly structured, properly planned in advance. So you need to have a very balanced thought process. If you see this is like a seesaw. So if you see this right side of it, my majority questions I get, even sometime before also I answered one of the call, and it was the same call from South American country. So he asked me, I'm just starting my business and I want to do the client acquisition. Are there any ready clients, or how can I get the clients? So my question to him was, all right, that's nice. I can help you to get clients, and I can actually help you. I can connect you to a lot of people in the US. But I want to ask you, who are your competitors? What is your market? Are you planning to, target a small companies, mid-size or large companies? What are the services you guys are giving? Even in call center, there are a lot of services that you guys give. So what are your USPs, unique selling point? how much investment you're planning to do, and he had no answers. He said, no, I'm just looking for clients, and then we'll think about it. You need to have the left side, which is a business plan, properly in place, which answers all these things. You need to have answers to all these questions which I just said. That way your marketing material or your website or your collaterals, marketing collaterals, or your corporate presentation, everything will be ready. And then you can narrow down your approach, and you can actually tell, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is my investment. I'm looking for retail companies who have maybe a turnover of $1 million to $5 million, and that's their turnover. So that's the market size I'm going for. These are number of competitors that I have it in the market, and I have studied their websites, I have studied their collaterals, and I have marketing collaterals, and I know what the competition is all about. And this is how basically you need to have a structured framework or thought process before getting into client acquisition. So if you're directly jumping into a client acquisition, it's completely wrong. You can easily get clients. I promise you, it's not difficult, provided if you have proper business plan, if you have given right thoughts, and if you have answers to all these questions that I asked you, then client acquisition is extremely easy. I'm going to even explain it in this video, how you can do actually your client acquisition, how you can get clients on board. So I would like to know your names, because there are a lot of people who have joined me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, a lot of platforms they have joined me. I would like to know your names and where you guys are from. Make sure you guys also follow me on YouTube, because I post a lot of content over there. The next one is call center business plan. Really important one. That is actually important one, which I was just explaining you guys now, that nobody focuses on business planning. They directly jump into the client acquisition. So whichever the business you guys are starting, especially here, the business planning is super important. Never ignore it. So what do you guys exactly understand from the business plan? So from business plan, you understand the mission and vision of your business. So what is the mission? Where are you guys heading exactly? So in 3 years down the line, are you willing to make XYZ number of profit or the turnover of your business? Who are you trying to cater to, or what kind of problem you are trying to solve in the market? So there may be a retail industry who is going through heavy losses because of this pandemic, and you're trying to solve this problem. So you need to have a clear vision, and your mission should have a clear idea that your business is trying to solve so and so problem, and within 3 to 5 years your mission is to achieve this milestone. You should have a clear idea in your mind, whether you start a virtual call center or whether you start the actual call center or the international or domestic, but there should be some numbers in your mind, right? So there may be, you are willing to make $1 million in 3 years. That might be your aim. It should not be your dream. I always repeat that anything that you see in the business should be your aim. It should not be your dream. There must be something. So mission and vision gives you the clarity of all these things. So alright, so before we go on to the next point, I would like to hear more comments from you guys. There's some more people who have joined me. There is Alan who has joined me from New York City. Then there is Vivek from Delhi. There are 2 more people who have joined. So I'm really welcoming every one of you here. If you guys have just joined this presentation, then this is about the call center business planning and how you make it profitable. That's what the topic is. So the next point is about industry gap and solutions. So for any business, if you don't have the industry gaps, if the customers doesn't see that gap, that they're facing some challenges, for example, because of the pandemic, there is a higher increase in the cost in the US, that might be the gap, and you want to fill the gap by using or by offering the cost effectiveness to them, and that's the solution what you have. So you need to have a clear understanding that what is the industry gap. When you say industry, first of all, you need to be clear that which industry you're focusing on. Your industry is not only call center industry. The call center caters to various industries. Call center caters to airlines to book their tickets, cater to companies like Amazon, like a retail industry, to do sales, inbound, outbound sales, customer service. They also cater to software industry. They also cater to e-commerce, manufacturing, a lot of industries that they cater to, even real estate. So which industry you are focusing on, what is your aim, ultimate aim, where you are heading, what's your exact niche that you have targeted, what are your skill sets, which experience you come from. So that's going to determine, and then you need to understand that industry gap. Okay, what are the problems in this particular industry and what solutions are you going to offer and how you're going to solve that problem. So that should be your approach. The next one is competitive analysis. So competitive analysis is, in this industry, who are your competitors? That's extremely important. So if you have, say, like 20-25 competitors that you have studied, or you know them, so what pricing they're offering, what are the marketing collaterals they have, how they're approaching their clients, are they focusing more on social media or advertising, they have big budgets on TV commercials, or what exactly they're doing. You need to have clear understanding about your competition, so that way you can position yourself in the market. Many times you also get a lot of information from your competitors. How should you determine about your pricing, services, a lot of insights you get from competitive analysis. So it's extremely important. The next one is SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? Some people who are not from management background, let me just explain it clearly. It's a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So what are your strengths, or what is your business strengths? What exactly, which background have you come from? How much infrastructure you have? There must be some strengths that you guys must be having. So those are your strengths. There must be a really good investment that you guys may have, or some knowledge or expertise or special skills that you have that nobody else has it, or very few people have it. So those are going to be your strengths. So that comes under SWOT analysis. The next one is weaknesses. So weaknesses also you need to understand. What are your weaknesses? Are you limited on something? Maybe limited on budget, limited on knowledge, limited on experience, or limited on staffing, or you don't have enough staff in your city. Some weaknesses must be there. So you need to learn your weaknesses very well. The next one is opportunity. Opportunity is basically, there are government policies, there are there's a lot of policies for businessmen, or maybe opportunities where even this pandemic is happening, and then suddenly there is a huge requirement of the call center industry or the businesses, where there is an opportunity where they are outsourcing their services to the call centers to save the cost. It could be a great opportunity for you. So you need to keep an eye on these things, or the latest news. That comes under SWOT analysis. And the threats could be anti-outsourcing policies from the United States or any other governments. So, or it could be something in your demography, in your city happening, or you have a shortage of the manpower, something. So those are threats which comes under SWOT analysis, and they're important that you should have complete idea before getting into a business. The next one is sales and marketing strategy. So you need to define well in advance, after doing competitive analysis, what is going to be your sales and marketing strategy. So are you planning to do social media campaigns, or SEO, or TV commercials, or cold calling, or email campaigns? There are a lot of ways that you can actually do sales and marketing. So what's your plan? What have you decided for your business? How much is budget that you have, especially for the marketing? That everything comes under sales and marketing. The next one is pricing strategy. So pricing is like, how much pricing have you decided? Because for international call centers, the average pricing is around $11, $13. But what pricing strategy have you decided? You cannot just go with the flow that, just in the beginning, we want to start a business and anything that comes up, we will take it. No, you cannot. Because if the client is willing to pay you really high amount, then why are you compromising on that? You need to have a defined pricing strategy, and that can only come by studying your competition. So you can decide, okay, for this services I'm giving this much pricing. For outbound sales you're giving so and so things. Inbound sales, customer service, you are charging this much. So you should have clearly defined, or in fact it should be in black and white paper or something, some legal contract that you can easily send it to your client, or you can send it to me, and I can talk to a lot of people if you guys have all these things ready. The next one is sourcing strategy. So sourcing strategy is basically where you source maybe the softwares that you're using, the CRM platforms, or maybe the dialers, or what VoIP system. A lot of things which comes under sourcing, where you're going to source and how much is going to be your budget. If you're using dialers or automated system and all kinds of fancy softwares, they come with some cost. They don't come free. So how much you're willing to spend and what's your sourcing strategy, that comes under this one. The next one is financial strategy. Financial strategy is basically how you're going to fund your business, how you're going to handle your cash flow. In the initial 6 months of time, you may not receive much money, but how you're going to spend money on marketing, website, collaterals, employees, staffing, how are you going to pay all those expenses, maybe the rent for your office premises. So all these things, there may be even travel included, to travel abroad, go to US, meet clients. So that's possible. So how are you going to take care of all those expenses? That comes under financial strategy. The last one is important, is location and facilities and project roadmap. So if you're planning to start the actual physical call center, not the virtual one, then how is going to be your location, where in which part of the city? Like if you guys are watching me from Philippines, then I think the Manila and Cebu, there are two main hubs. In India, there is Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. So which part of the city you guys are in, and then what exactly, where are you planning to set up your call center? And the next one is, what is going to be your project roadmap? How exactly you think, step by step, how you exactly think to achieve your milestones, and then maybe the project planning, then marketing, then client acquisition, getting clients on board, delivering services, before that, training, process transitioning. So all these are the project roadmaps, and then you need to decide that within 6 months, this is the project roadmap that I have. And if you're starting now in the month of May, then you should have, by December I will be making so and so money, or this is going to be the income that I will be having. You should be quite sure about that. So that is the project roadmap in the business plan. Let's go to the next one. Now, when we are doing client acquisition, now I think you guys have a clear understanding that directly jumping into client acquisition or asking questions about how do I get clients, but before that there is a lot of thought process about project planning, and most of the people have not done that. They directly jump into client acquisition. How do I get clients? They have no defined strategies about the pricing. They don't have no idea about how much investment would be required, location, facilities, all the points that we covered, but they directly come into client acquisition. So make sure you guys don't do that mistake, because that's where majority of the businesses fail. So make sure you don't do that mistake. So in client acquisition, how you guys exactly do, what should be your thought process? It should be very clear in your mind. It should be divided into 3 segments. So the very first one is marketing collateral. So once you have proper project plan, which we discussed, then in the marketing collateral, you are going to have a website, then the corporate presentation, and the case study. If you guys have already reached to this point, you have done your project planning. So if I will ask you any questions about your competition, if I will ask questions about your pricing strategy, location, anything, and if you guys have everything in paperwork, and if you guys have the website, presentation, case study, do send it to me. I promise you I will do something for you. So I will connect you to right people to bring the clients for your business. However, don't jump directly to the client acquisition, and because there is nothing. We have seen in this presentation that you have to do that hard work, you have to do that planning, then only everything is possible. So in marketing collateral, you have a website, presentation, and case study. So what should ideally your website should cover? How it should look like? What should they have? Let me just walk you through that. So when you are in this website, this is a company called WNS. I'm sure most of the people must be already familiar with this, because this is an international multinational company who is giving a lot of services about business process outsourcing, knowledge process outsourcing. They are into a lot of things. But when it comes to the industry or the website, look at the presentation, what they have, what is the content they have. Usually when you guys, or when a lot of people, when they make their websites and they want to target the international clients in the United States or Europe, they only make one-page website where their contact information is given. There are some details given in the top, and then the management information and a nice photo of the call center owner, and they're all set to go, and they start sending it. But website is going to be the face of your business. So make sure you take it seriously and you actually pay attention to properly designed website. Of course, you're not going to have a website like this, which is like 400-500 pages website with all dynamic functionality, because it is a cost-intensive process. But I suggest to have at least 10 to 12 pages of website with some more information on it. So how these guys have divided, if you will see this, they have proper solutions or services, for the industries that they cater to. So if the questions which I asked, which industries do you guys cater to? And you would just say that all the industries. No, it cannot be that way. It should be on tip of your tongue that, okay, these are the industries that you cater to. So these are the industries that if you will see, that these people that, banking and financial, consulting, professional services, they have streamlined it properly. Then what are the solutions that they give? So they give customer experience services, finance and accounting, governance and risk compliance. So these are the services what they're offering. So and then which are the technologies, they have mentioned it over there. Then again from there, if you will see here, it's not only about the services and industries that they cater to, but if you'll go to insights, these are the another important one, which are blogs, case studies, then the white papers. So these are a couple of important things that they have. Why it's important to have these things on your website and why you should have a properly maintained website. The number one thing, it's a face of your business. If you're sitting in Manila or if you're sitting in New Delhi or whichever part of the country you're in, if you're watching this video, your client is not going to take next flight and they're not going to come and see your call center or your infrastructure. They're going to see your website. So understand there is a huge importance of the website. Don't just make it for the namesake. You have to have all these things properly defined, properly designed with a right thought process, with proper business plan we discussed, and then make your website. Then another important thing is you need to have updated website. You have to update a lot of things about the blogs, case studies. You need to make sure that you update all these things. If you have new offers or new things, something new coming on, or maybe some events coming on, make sure you update that on the website. So when you order your website, don't order a static one. Make sure that you look for the dynamic one. So whoever is designing your website, make sure that ask them at least some pages like your blogs, articles needs to be dynamic. We will not go too much deep into that in this session, but dynamic will help you to basically update and keep your website updated, and SEO friendly also. Make sure that you get it SEO friendly, search engine optimization friendly, so it will come in Google and other search engines. So that's important. So that is about the website. Now if you'll go, then this is your website. Then you go to the presentation. Make sure that you have right corporate presentations. If you guys would like to see some of the really great corporate presentations from another MNCs, I will be happy to give you. Make sure you WhatsApp me directly and I can share you some links, or I can show you some presentations that I have. So make sure you get it ready before you start pitching to the clients, or before you actually start working on client acquisition. Then the next one is case study. Case study we just discussed on the website. It's important that if you have already any happy customers, then how you actually help them and what is the value proposition that you actually put it across the table and how they were benefited. You can make that case study, so then people are really happy to see, okay, this is a business, they selected this company and this is where they are and they're profitable. So they see all those things in the case study. So make sure if you have it, then it will be really nice to have. The next one is marketing tools. So marketing tools, if you see, then that is a CRM platform. So CRM is customer relationship management platform, which is a software to basically automate your leads and automate your sales process. So you put all the database, you put all the information into your CRM system. There are a lot of CRMs really good for the businesses like Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, Zoho, a lot of businesses. So there are a lot of CRMs which are really helpful. You can use any one of them, upload your database, and start actually putting it on automation, your email campaigns, everything, and then you can start getting clients from there. The next one is social media and content. So in marketing tools, which social media platforms are you using? If you will see call center businesses, especially in B2B services, majority of the people are using LinkedIn and Twitter. These are really serious platforms. So make sure, I always tell that you should get active on those platforms and you should start making a complete use of it, so you can actually start seeing the results, start getting connected with people, start sending. If you have this marketing collaterals which we discussed, if you have it ready, then start sharing it with them, not directly, but make sure you build relationship and then you can exchange this collateral so you can start getting the business. The next one is search engine optimization, or SEO. So SEO, if you have the website ready and if you have all those collaterals ready, then SEO can actually help you to optimize your website, optimize your marketing tool to actually bring it on top of the search engines. So that's going to help you to bring more leads, more interested customers, more interested inquiries, and that you can actually convert it into your sales. The next one is marketing techniques. So marketing techniques, these are very simple ones: cold calling, email campaigns, send them emails and bring the leads, or networking events. You participate in networking events like CES and BPO conference in London. So you participate those Even in Mumbai, Delhi, and Manila also, there are a lot of conferences happens. You guys can go and attend it, exchange your cards, do the networking, and you can get clients. Many times it has happened. It's a really great proven method since long years, and people love to build relationships in this seminar. So make sure you attend those networking events. About cold calling and email campaigns, if you need more information about how you should do the cold calling, what should be the email templates, how you can do it, can you automate that process of email campaigns? Yes, you can. I can explain you in detail in other session, so make sure that you can directly message me and I will be happy to help you guys out. So that's about this one, the lead. Alright, so now we are going to the next one. So after making this, once you have properly defined project planning and you have considered client acquisition strategies, where I explained you 3 points, if you have given a thought, then call center setup is just not difficult, my friends. It's super easy. You can easily get clients, even the international ones. If you have both the things ready, I'm giving you open offer that please share me those things. I will be able to talk to some of the people, but make sure that you should have completely ready before that. Don't directly go and approach the clients, or that's not going to leave a right impression. So make sure you have it ready. If you have it ready, then make sure that you can directly message me, send me those things. I will be happy to talk to you or talk to the prospects, and maybe we can have really nice connects and we can convert it into a really great business opportunity. So this is the way you can actually set up your call center business. These are really important tips that I gave you to all of you guys. I will be really happy if you guys have any questions. You can directly connect me on WhatsApp. My number is +91 9511 841 495. I will be also starting with one-on-one sessions. If you guys are serious about the business, really serious about the business, I'm starting it from next week. One-on-one sessions on Teachable platform, Thinkable platform, where I will be teaching a lot of things in detail. I will be helping you out how you can make your business plan ready, how you can use social media platforms, how you can use CRM to automate sales, a lot of things. So I'll be actually on one-on-one session, I'll be helping you. So you guys can message me directly if you guys are interested, and I'll be doing that for you. Apart from that, if you guys want me to help you, I have a team. Nowadays we're working from home, but I have a team who can actually help you to make your project plan, business plan ready. Or if you need any assistance in client acquisition, there also I can help you. So make sure you can take down my WhatsApp number and message me directly. I'm mostly active on YouTube platforms. There are a lot of videos about call center industry, client acquisition, business planning. You guys can easily follow me there. So I think it was a great session. Before we conclude this, I would like to see, because there are almost a lot of people still on this platform. Before I conclude, Adi, Saurav, Oka, Alan, Paul, Vivek, there are a lot of people are there who have messaged me on different platforms. So thank you all of you guys. I think it was really helpful session, and I hope it will help you with some or the other way. So I will look forward to connect with you guys. If you are not connected on WhatsApp, I really look forward to receive messages from you guys, and we will connect there. Thank you very much. Bye.